Later in his first epistle to the Corinthians, Paul provides the context for the unspeakable words he heard in his vision through the Spirit. They are the words of an unknown tongue. The word unknown in the King James Version is an insertion. Paul does not call the tongue unknown in the original Greek. He merely uses the Greek for tongue, glossy. Translators struggle with the meaning of Paul's statement and find it difficult to translate it as is. A literal translation becomes almost as nonsensical as this translation from the New International Version, where no liberties were taken with the text. The New Living Translation believes Paul is referring to the gift of tongues. The International Standard Version transforms tongue into foreign language. The Church combines the beliefs that Paul is referring to the gift of tongues and the use of foreign languages. For the Church, the gift of tongues, at least in part, is the ability to speak in a language unknown to both the speaker and the listening audience. The Church's New Testament Student Manual quotes Bruce R. McConkie making this very point. But what would be the point of such a gift of the Spirit? Why would the Spirit give someone the ability to speak in a tongue that no one understands? Joseph Smith criticized the notion of speaking in an unknown tongue without understanding. Paul himself in the very same epistle wrote that the speaking in an unknown tongue should be accompanied with an interpretation. So what was Paul really talking about? The context of the verse in question is that Paul was writing to the Corinthians about spiritual gifts. The verse just before Paul's statement about an unknown tongue makes this clear. Paul also makes it clear in his epistle that the gift of tongues is a gift to speak both in the tongues of men and in the tongue of angels. The gift includes the ability to speak and interpret foreign languages, the tongues of men, and to speak and understand the tongue of angels. The so-called unknown tongue is the tongue of angels. After all, it is speaking in the tongue of angels that requires the gift of the Holy Ghost, as Nephi pointed out.